Sup guys, welcome back to another video. Today we focus on HAASON Reddick. Geez, I mean HAASON, it's got to be a lengthened syllable, right? That first syllable. I don't know, but either way, it's a name I haven't seen before, and that makes it exciting. Number 48 in the list of the top 100 NFL players in 2023, defensive end for the Eagles. And without further ado, let's have a look at his stats. Let's watch the video, and then let's place this, I'm assuming, absolute beast into a rugby team. It's not going to be hard. Let's get into it. HAASON Reddick. September 22nd, 1994. He's 28 years of age, 6'1", 240 pounds. So he's just that little bit shorter than your average defensive. Well, actually, they list him as a linebacker. Well, he is officially listed on Wikipedia, if you call that official, of course, as an outside linebacker. But all of that and more will be revealed. He was picked up in the first round of the 2017 draft with pick number 13. College football at Temple. The Temple Owls, would you believe? Played at the Cardinals from 17 to 20, went to the Panthers for 1 year in 2021, and then to the Eagles in 2022. So I'm not sure what happened there, but it seems as if he really came into his own. I'm not sure if it was the team environment. I'm not sure if it was the city. But whatever happened when he came to the Eagles has been positive. He made his first Pro Bowl appearance in 2022, a second-team All-Pro selection, and the NFL forced fumbles co-leader. Oh no, you don't want to be running up against this guy, especially at 6'1.5", 1.87 meters, 237 pounds, running a 4.52 40-yard dash, trying to take your fucking head off, or in this case, force the fumble. Damn. Damn. I guess the one guy who I'd love to see a clash against is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's not really known for his jump cuts or athletic ability. It's just man on man. You try and tackle me, I'll try and run over you. I'd love to see that particular battle. He runs a 4.52 40-yard dash, 36.5 inches on the vertical, 11'1" on the broad jump, and 24 reps on the bench. Wowee. He was the first linebacker selected in the 2017 draft and one of 3 Temple players. So his first deal, signed on June 8th, 2017, he signed a fully guaranteed $13.4 million contract. The Cardinals declined the 5th-year option on May 3rd, 2020, making him a free agent. March 18th, 2021, he signed a 1-year contract with the Panthers, reuniting him with head coach Matt Rule, who coached him at Temple. And on March 16th, 2022, he signed a 3-year, $45 million contract with the Eagles. So he got paid. He finally got a second bag. I'm not sure what happened at Carolina. Maybe it was because of the coach. Maybe it was because he didn't field any other offers. But a 1-year deal is, at that young age, is an interesting decision, if nothing else. So as far as his stats are concerned, 97 career games, 17 last year, 372 combined tackles, 49 last year, 234 solo, 35 last year, 138 assisted, 14 last year, 56 tackles for loss, including 11 last year, 16 sacks last year, which was his career high, but unfortunately wasn't quite the league leader. Was it Chandler Jones or was it TJ Watt? I don't know. 3 passes deflected, 5 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. They went deep in the postseason last year, 3 games played. He was limited, got 3.5 sacks, 9 combined tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. And it does seem as if he's not just a football player, he's multi-talented, he's a singer. In 2022, he provided vocals on the Christmas album, A Philly Special Christmas. And I believe he was joined by none other than Jordan Mailata. Either way, guys, let's get into the video.
Defensive end, HAASON Reddick.
I gotta put HAASON Reddick.
HAASON.
How many you have? 16 sacks?
You know what they say, look good, feel good, play good, you heard?
That's exactly right.
He's kind of this tweener guy, right? He's a little bit of a backer, he's a little bit of a defensive end, but he can do it all.
And so he is listed as being a defensive end in this series, but on Wikipedia, and hey, do we trust Wiki? He's listed as a linebacker.
Knocked away by Reddick.
But I'll tell you, this is 100% of a pass rusher.
Including playoffs, HAASON Reddick had 19.5 sacks.
No matter what game we're playing, HAASON is going to get his.
I
think he should be in that Defensive Player of the Year category. I think he's one of the best pass rushers in this league.
Oh no! That is 4.52 speed, mate.
So he's a guy that comes off the edge with tremendous burst, 4.5 speed. He has a quick...
What a weapon! What an absolute weapon! I mean, tackles are paid big, do their job. But if he comes up against just a tackle that's just that little bit less athletic,
jab, a hop out move that he gets a lot of tackles that lean with.
Something like that can happen.
Have a lot of sacks off that this year.
One thing that I say he do better than anybody in the league is when he get to the quarterback, he going for the ball. He not just going for the sack.
Lawrence straight back. Lawrence looks. Lawrence hit. He fumbles the football, and I believe the Eagles
Is that... Okay, so he's not credited with a sack there, is he? Which is interesting. As far as the stat sheet's concerned, you'd rather a sack than a forced fumble. But as far as what the team needs the ball.
have it. They do.
They do.
HAASON Reddick made the hit. Fields back. He's hit, and the football is loose.
Surely that's considered... It's not considered a sack, is it? It's a QB hit. That's a forced fumble.
Prescott back again. He's
But
hit.
it's not a sack.
I'm a big HAASON Reddick fan. Huge fan. And if you watch his film, he been winning rushes all year, and he been going for the ball.
He finished 4th in the voting for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
My favorite play from last year, I would have to say, was the sack in the first playoff game against the Giants.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 8.
Because it was a tone setter. It kind of got the energy going.
It's one thing hearing their fellow players talk about them, right? But it's another thing entirely to hear the actual player who is being featured talk about like their favorite play. Why it meant so much to them among so many other great players. It's a memory that's going to live forever in their mind, and we're just blessed to be able to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
And it set a standard for what that game was going to look like.
He's hit.
HAASON Reddick, that's another sack.
I think that set the momentum for the rest of our playoff push and going into the Super Bowl.
We said we ain't going nowhere yet, baby.
It means
Another
pressure.
opportunity.
The NFC Championship.
This is the type of game where
In a playoff
gonna
game.
get heated.
Brock Purdy. Ball got hit. HAASON.
Ow.
I just talked to Brock Purdy on our podcast, and I got a lot of respect for that kid, but, that play solidified that game early.
He just gets hammered by HAASON Reddick.
And I'm sure Haas was not intending to hurt, but when you're getting hits on a quarterback as frequently as he does, stuff like that happens, and that's got to be the standout moment from him from last year.
Right, so Purdy was injured, and I'm not surprised. That looked like it hurt.
You can't block him with a tight end. You can't block him with a tight end. Like, blocking him with a tight end, he got clean fast. And once you see that hand go back and just get the ball off.
This time, they're trying to block him with Croft, the tight end.
Stop blocking good rushes with a tight end. It's never going to work.
Last year was a really big year, but I'm now entering my prime. So, while last year was good and I think I deserve to be on the list, let's see what we do this year. I think I'll be on there again.
I reckon you might be right, mate. I got to back you. to enter the list once again. 4th on the list of Defensive Player of the Year. You're going to be a top 50 player, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. And yeah, that was really interesting. It's the first time I've sort of heard someone say, it makes sense, right? But the first time I've heard someone say, don't try and block a really good pass rusher with a tight end. The tight end's probably going to be 3, 4, 5 inches taller than this guy. Most probably less speed, less agility, even though they are expected to run with the ball on the offensive side of the ball. But when you get a pass rusher who is trained week after week to do just that, coming up against a guy who has to, I guess, split their training between offense and blocking, yeah, it's just not going to work. Is it, Mr. Judon? No, it's not. Either way, guys, that was fun. And we're going to have some more fun. We're going to place HAASON Reddick in a rugby team. I'm going to get him off the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to put him in attack. I'm going to get Reddick being 6'1", 240. It's an easy transition for me. It is the inside center, number 12. Two players off of the scrum. He's going to get some big boppers running at him. He's going to have to lower his shoulder. He's going to have to absolutely dominate to lift his team, to put on some big hits, one-on-one hits, to set the tone. And that's what he does, right? The funnest part of all is getting them on the burst with the ball in hand, the exact same attributes, just trying to go through people with the ball in hand rather than trying to go through them on the defensive side of the ball. You know, this guy, with a bit of training, would make an absolutely incredible inside center. He's got everything you want. He's probably going to be one of the fastest guys on the field. So, and in the game of rugby, you know, yes, the set piece, everyone lines up where they're meant to be. But once the plays, you know, start rolling, once the phases start rolling, he could be lined up, you know, pretty much anywhere, left side of the ball, right side of the ball. He would get run after run after run. He would be expected to pass it. But I think in the first couple of plays of the game, it's you know, it's a crash ball. It is giving him the ball on the burst and fucking saying just try and dominate a defender or two. And then what that means is that the defense will get, you know, fear in their eyes, and that'll open up your outside men. So you're going to run straight. The defense will condense to make sure that they've got, you know, two guys that are going to go for that tackle. And what that means is that that's going to open up plays on the outside of you or on the inside of you. So the ability to sort of get that gain line, get yards after contact, you could say, and in the action of falling to the ground, being able to offload the ball to your fellow players coming up on the inside or outside. I mean, that is, of course, if he is indeed tackled and doesn't break through the line, which I'd expect him to do with these. But he'd be absolute dynamite out there. I feel like he could probably play any position on the field due to his height and weight being, you know, mid-range. But he's got the athletic ability to back it up. Either way, guys, that was my opinion. Probably a little bit too long, a little bit too in depth. But to be honest, I'm still trying to switch my brain on after the massive weekend I've had. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.